After Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana had left for the forest, Bharata came back to Ayodhya. He was completely unaware of the events that had taken place in his absence. Bharata learned that his father, King Dasharatha, had died with grief after sending Rama away. On hearing all this, Bharata's heart broke that his own mother was the cause of such sorrow, that her actions had led to his father's death and Rama's suffering. Bharata then goes to Panchvati to meet Rama. Bharata told Rama that their father had died in grief and the people longed for his return. With folded hands, he pleaded Rama to come back and rule Ayodhya, for he alone was its true king. Rama spoke calmly and shared the pain of losing their father. He reminded Bharata of their father's promise to Kekai. Bound by duty, he refused to return to Ayodhya and urged Bharata to rule in his place. Bharata refused to sit on the throne while Rama lived in exile, as the kingdom was rightfully Rama's. Seeking his blessings, Bharata vowed to place Rama's Paduka on the throne and rule Ayodhya only as his devoted servant until Rama's return. Thus, Bharata ruled not as king but only as the caretaker of Rama's throne. The Padukas of Rama became the symbol of his rule in Ayodhya. In Panchvati, Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana lived peacefully in prayer. But Ravana, the king of Lanka, plotted to abduct Sita with Maricha's help. Maricha transformed himself into a magical golden deer that captivated Sita. Sita was enchanted by its beauty and asked Rama to catch the deer. Rama, though suspicious, went after the deer. When Rama didn't return for a long time, Sita sent Lakshmana to find Rama. Before leaving, Lakshmana drew a protective line around the hut, the Lakshman Rekha. He warned Sita not to cross it, as it would keep her safe. Sita promised not to cross the Lakshman Rekha and asked him to go quickly and help Rama. But fate had other plans. Soon, Ravana, the mighty demon king of Lanka, appeared in disguise, while Sita was all alone. For food. Out of compassion, she offered him fruits and water without crossing the Lakshman Rekha. Angered by her refusal to step forward, he demanded she come closer to offer alms. fierce battle and carried Sita away. Wounded and weak, the noble bird lay on the ground and cried out Rama's name. As Rama and Lakshmana searched for Sita, they found the wounded Jatayu. With his last breath, he told them that Ravana had taken Sita southward. Then, in Rama's arm, the brave bird took his final breath. Rama and Lakshmana bowed in respect to the noble Jatayu who had given his life for Sita. After Hanuman, the mighty and devoted Vanara, Hanuman bowed before Rama and promised to find Sita and bring her back safely. Rama gave his ring to Hanuman as a token of faith and a sign for Sita to recognize him as Rama's messenger. Hanuman leaped across the vast ocean and found Sita in Ashok Vatika, sorrowful and lost in thought. To comfort her and gain her trust, Hanuman began singing the glories of Lord Rama. With hope, as he placed Rama's ring before her, assuring that Rama would soon rescue her. Moved by his words, she gave him her Mang Tika to give it to Rama as a token of faith. Hanuman bowed and set off to deliver her message to Lord Rama. Rama, along with Lakshmana, Hanuman, and the Vanara army, marched to Lanka. The air echoed with the sound of conch and war cries as the forces of good and evil prepared for the final battle that shook the heavens and the earth. Rama defeated Ravana, marking the victory of dharma over adharma.